One of my personal favorite games of all time is Sonic Generations. I remember getting it at launch and instantly falling in love. The graphics were so colorful and lively, the controls were airtight, and the sense of speed was amazing. Not to mention that it featured stages from previous Sonic games, giving longtime fans like yours truly a big ol' nostalgia-fueled kick in the ass, in a good way. And when rumors were going around about a Sonic Generations remaster, I was kinda lukewarm on the idea, as I felt like the game already looked good enough as it is, and the mods on PC were also a very big selling factor, and I'm assuming the remaster would not be as easy to mod. However, after seeing the trailer and showing us a new Shadow DLC campaign, I'll admit I started twerking a bit. I can't lie. But seeing that gave me a fun idea. The stages chosen to be in Generations were all really good picks. What if they chose different levels from each game? I thought it might be a fun hypothetical, so I'm rolling with it. Now, I'll say again that almost all the stages Sonic Team ended up picking were definitely the best choice, so I'm not saying that my picks are going to be better, they're just ones that I think could have also worked as well. But with that out of the way, let's get started. For the OG Sonic game, I'm thinking if it's not going to be good old Sand Hill, then I would have to pick Stardust Speedway. Since this would be the first level of the game, I don't want to pick one of the slower levels like Marble Zone, and instead I'm opting to go for one of the faster paced levels to give players the feeling of going fast right out the gate. I'll admit it's really hard to replace Green Hill, but I think this could fill its shoes better than any other level could. Sonic 2. Now, Chemical Plant was a really good choice, and since the 3DS version had Casino Night Zone, I don't want to pick that either. So instead, I'm picking either Oil Ocean or Hilltop Zone. Oil Ocean has a really nice looking backdrop with the oil catching on fire gimmick that can be used in creative ways. Hilltop, on the other hand, takes place in a mountain forest area, which aesthetically fits my needs. I'm fine with either or, but I'm probably leaning a little bit more towards Hilltop to give the stage environments a bit more variety, letting an actual feel to the game, as the stages I pick later will need some of that variety. Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So we got Sky Sanctuary and Mushroom Kingdom already taken, so I'm gonna have to pick something else. Part of me really wants to pick Hidden Palace Zone just because of its mystical aesthetic. However, it's not really a stage. You just hop on the teleporter, fight Knuckles, and leave. Unless they feel like making up an entire stage layout for this, I'm gonna say it's pretty unfair to pick this. Instead, I'll go with Ice Cap Zone. If I'm gonna have to replace Cityscape later on, I might as well pick the one level with a snowboard in it. I think there could be some fun to be had with the first half having you snowboard down the mountain, and in the second half you traverse through the ice cave. I think that'd be pretty cool. I am so funny. The rival fight. Besides Metal Sonic, there really isn't any other options besides Knuckles. I guess you can maybe make an argument for Fang, but come on, it's Knuckles we're talking about here. Maybe that's how they could include Hidden Palace Zone, just have the fight take place there. You are welcome, Sonic Team. And for the boss fight, I'm thinking one of two things. Option first, they choose the semi-final boss of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That guy was pretty awesome. Option the next one, they have Robotnik pilot a bunch of his old machines at once to try to take Sonic down. The last option is unlikely imminently, but it would be so cool, wouldn't it? Alright baby, Dreamcast era, let's-a go! Sonic Adventure. So if we can't use Speed Highway or Emerald Coast, then I'm gonna have to go with Twinkle Park. I am a fan of amusement park settings, so Twinkle Park is a standout to me in that regard. You could ride on the roller coaster, go on the bumper cars, explore the castle thing. I think if done right, this could be a standout stage. And I know that Color's whole gimmick is being an interstellar amusement park, but we'll get to that later. Sonic Adventure 2. Now obviously there's no top in Cityscape, but how about instead of going to the first level, we use the last? I have always loved Final Rush. Just the feeling of grinding that fast is exhilarating, and I can't think of many levels that force you to go downwards the entire time. Honestly, falling through space and making those tight jumps on the rails was always satisfying to do, and I would love to see this stage in HD. Sonic Heroes. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that big on Seaside Hill. To me, it just feels like the mandatory water level, and compared to some of the other hero stages they could have picked, it's pretty lackluster. The stage I'm picking for Heroes is without a doubt Egg Fleet. I just love the concept behind the stage. Traveling from ship to ship as you try to make your way through the giant armada of egg forces is so cool! Plus later on in the stage they could include parts of Final Fortress that could get all dark and stormy as you approach the end. Me thinks that would be quite baller. And for the rival fight, there's really no replacing Shadow, but I guess you could fight normal size Chaos since we'll be replacing Perfect Chaos. That's right, Forces. We're actually fighting him this time. Another potential pick could be Emera, but that is a very out there pick, I will admit. And the boss fight is Mecha Overlord. I could pick Black Doom if I really wanted to be funny, but no. The only other contender was BioLizard, but aside from his music, not really a fan of him. Also, he was in the 3DS version, I'm pretty sure. Regardless, Mecha Overlord is epic. They would have to find a way for Sonic to fight him without his super form, but they could figure that out. Sonic 06. So I actually really like Crisis City. I think it stands out a lot from the other Sonic stages with its burning city hellscape vibe going on, but I think we all know what would replace it. Kingdom Valley is by far the most recognizable stage out of that game, maybe apart from Wave Ocean, cause yeah. It was featured in the demo, the main title screen shows in the background, is a no-brainer. Also, the stage itself is pretty neat. Now they'll be able to make the mock section actually playable. Sonic Unleashed. This one is another easy pick, Eggman Land. Ever since SA1 they have been teasing this, and it does not disappoint. It is a brutal stage that takes an enormous amount of time to beat. In my latest Unleashed playthrough it took me 56 minutes. Now obviously a big part of that time is due to the Werehog sections, but still, it's Eggman Land, come on, you gotta put it in. Sonic Colors, Aquarium Park. Not only does this check off the water level box, but it also doesn't scream amusement park vibes like some of the other stages and colors do, allowing Twinkle Park to stand out more. Now I will say I'm not the hugest fan of Aquarium Park stage design wise, however the music is a certified banger, and the aesthetic is immaculate. Rival fight would be against Blaze the Cat, because this is my list and I want to fight Blaze the Cat. If you got a problem with that, go back to playing Sonic Superstars. The big boss would be Dark Gaia, because he's just so epic. I mean, come on, look at him. Who doesn't want to fight a dark deity? Although I guess you run into the problem with Super Sonic not being in the fight again, so maybe if not him, then someone like Iblis or the Sonic Colors final boss? I don't know. And there it is. Now again, this is all hypothetical, and I really struggle with a lot of these picks. I would love to hear your guys' opinions on what stages you would pick in the comments. I feel like some of mine are getting a bit of flack. Like, I feel like I picked some pretty good stages, but who knows? Well, until next time, see ya!